welcome to Yoga Stretchy Strength. Move up a little bit. So let's start seated today. Try to have a nice tall spine, shoulders over hips. If it bothers your knees to have your legs fit, straighten your legs. You don't want to do anything that causes any pain. So you want to adjust. If you feel pain, you feel tingling, numbness, can't breathe, these are all signs that you need to back out. So you really need to listen to your body. So let's just start with our natural breath. So nice tall spine, and just start to notice your breath. Notice where you feel your breath. Do you feel it in your belly? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it in your throat? Do you feel it in your nose? Where do you feel your breath? And also notice the rhythm of the breath. Is it even, erratic, a little bit of both? So let's just try. There's no wrong breath here. We're just noticing our breath. Start from the belly. I want you to expand the belly all the way around. Breathe in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Let's try that a few times. Expand your belly, breathe in through your nose, exhale through the mouth. Expand your belly, expand your ribs like fingers wrapping around the back. Breathe in through the nose, exhale. Now expand the belly, expand the ribs, breathe into the heart center. Breathe in through your nose, and on the exhale, just gently close your mouth. Still do that exhale, but it won't sound like a anymore. It'll go to the back of the throat. It'll sound a little bit more like the ocean. So expand the belly, expand the ribs, breathe into the heart center, breathe in through your nose, exhale with the mouth gently closed. Let's try that a few times. So this big breath you're taking, this is the breath you want to take to each of the poses we do today. If you can't take that big breath, then you're going to lessen the depth of the movement. Try to synchronize that breath and movement. So let's just come forward, hinge from your hips, looking past your hands here, looking down. And we're just lengthening the spine right now. We're not rounding the shoulders. We're just lengthening the spine. Take a few breaths. And walk over to the right, hands on either side of the knee, pull yourself forward, lift your chest, left hip down. Walk over to the left side, hands on either side of the knee, pull yourself forward, lift the chest, right hip down. Notice the differences between the right and the left. Might be tighter on one side. Let that go. Bring the right arm up, take a breath in. As you take a breath out, slide to the left. If it bothers your shoulders or neck, you can put your hand behind your head or back to your hip. But if you have that arm extended, really lengthen it. Lengthen through the fingers. Notice where you feel it. Breathe into that space that feels tight. And bring the left arm up. Take a breath in. As you take a breath out, slide out to the right. I don't know if I said my name, but I'm Lori. And it's a beautiful morning today in sunny Florida. Hopefully it's a beautiful morning for you too, wherever you are. All right, let that go. And let's bring right hand to the left knee, left hand behind. Get nice and tall. Take a breath in. As you take a breath out, we're going to move to the left, starting from your navel, your ribs, chest, shoulder, and then the head. You're going to grip your fingers behind you so you don't put too much weight on your wrist. And let that go. And then left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Nice and tall. Take a breath in. On the exhale, we're moving to the right. If it's too much to look over your shoulder, just look to the side, right? Just do a little less depth. And let that go. Hands behind, bring your hands behind, fingers pointed behind. And we'll just bring it from the belly, the ribs, the chest. Take a nice deep breath in. Look up. Don't drop the head. Keep the muscles in the neck, engaged. Shoulders down. Take those deep breaths from the belly to the throat. In and out through the nose. That go. Just bring your legs out in front of you. And go ahead and bend your knees and flex your feet. And then we're just going to hinge from the hips and come over. Try to lay your chest on your thighs, right? And just breathe here and get a stretch in the lower back. And then when you're ready, you can kind of scoot those legs out a little bit. You don't have to straighten them all the way, but maybe straighten them just a little bit more, right? Looking past the toes, still not rounding the shoulders, we're lengthening the spine here. Let that go. Bring the right leg in, arms overhead, take a breath in, and come over your left leg. Looking past the toes again. Nice big breath. That's what's going to open you up. That's what's going to give you energy. Breath is the most important thing we do in yoga. You're always practicing yoga if you're thinking about your breath. Let that go. Bring left leg in. Arms overhead. Exhale, come over your right leg. Notice where you feel it. Breathe into that space. Talk to yourself, soften, let go, release. And let that go. come onto our hands and knees. Hands underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. And we'll just do a little bird dog. So we're going to bring back the right leg and the left arm, thumb up. So align your shoulders, hollow out the front of the body. You can lift the leg if that feels okay, or keep it on the ground. And let's just hold here for a second. So try to align your shoulders, align your hips, hollow out the front of the body, grip the fingers, and then we'll go ahead and round, tuck your chin, and inhale, lengthen, exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Last one, exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen, and then we're going to go out to the diagonals with the arm and the leg. Back to center. Come on down. In between, let's do a little puppy stretch. So we're going to walk the hands out, and head width in between the arms, and hips over the knees, and we're just lengthening here, getting a nice stretch. Give it some breath. And walk the hands back underneath you. And bring out the left leg and the right arm. So get yourself set up, hand underneath your shoulder. If you want to lift that leg up, you can. Hollow out the front of the body. Try to square the shoulders and the hips. Top of the foot's facing down, hips down. And then we'll round, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. One more time, exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen, and then we'll out to the diagonals with the arm and the leg. Don't hold your breath here. I always have a tendency to want to do that. And then come back to center and come on down. Let's take a child pose. We're going to take the knees wide, big toes together, and set your hips back toward your heels. Exhale. This is always a good pose to come to if you need to rest. If you don't want to do what I'm going to do, then come to child pose or back to our crisscross easy pose that we did at the beginning. And just work on breath. All right. Let's come on up. Let's tuck our toes, and we're going to go into down dog. So here, down dog, you can bend your knees, push your chest towards your thighs, spread your fingers, tuck your chin. So if you need to bend your knees, you can take your legs out wider, bend your knees if that feels better for you. Let's work through the feet a little bit here and just stretch the calves. Let's just kind of go back and forth, a little flow here. So we're going to go down into table, tuck your toes, push back, down dog. Table, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Try to externally rotate those shoulders a little bit. Elbows going towards the mat. It's a very subtle move. Inhale. Exhale. Butt back. Hips back. Chest towards your thighs. A couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. Down dog. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. So spread your fingers, grip the floor. Externally rotate those shoulders, elbows going towards the mat. Moving in that direction. Breathing from the belly to the throat, in and out through the nose. I'm gonna bring up the right leg. So we're in the three-legged dog here. If you need to bend that standing leg, that's fine. Toes pointed down, hip down. And then we're gonna come through, bring that leg through. Help it if you need to. We're in a runner's lunge. We're gonna drop the back leg, relax the foot, and press the hips down. If you need blocks, you can put them on the high end. Make sure your knee is over your ankle, chest is lifted, and give it a few breaths. If you're on the tips of your fingers, that's fine. Just keep lifting the chest. If you have your hands on your thigh, that's fine. Shoulders down. So you pick what's the best way for you today. All right, let's go change sides. We're gonna go back to that table. We're gonna push back into down dog again. Chest towards your thighs, chin towards your chest, heels towards the floor. Remember, you can bend your knees. Let's bring up the left leg this time. Toes pointed down. Hip down. Still pushing back. All right, go to your plank and bring that leg through. Help it if you need to. Bring the foot to where your hands are. Check your knee ankle alignment. Drop that right knee. Relax the foot into the floor. Come to that place that's good for you. Concentrate where the thigh and the hip meet. Pressing down. Give it a few breaths. Let that go. Just gonna shift our weight over our left foot, bring our right foot to meet our left foot, forward fold. Go ahead and bend your knees here. Really bend your knees a whole lot. Lay your chest on your thighs and then go ahead and straighten to the best of your ability. We're not gonna stay here too long. Weight is over the balls of the feet. Looking at our knees. And then bend the knees. I come up with a flat back. Hands to hearts. So we're going to go through a little bit of sun salutation. So starting hands to heart center. Take a breath in and a breath out. Let's talk about mountain pose first. Feet are, I'm going to turn and face you guys for that part, then I'm going to turn sideways again. So feet are underneath your hip bones. Lift up through your thighs. Grip your toes, shoulders over hips, lift that chest, palms are facing forward or you're facing your thighs. If you lift up your toes, you can feel the inner outer edges of your feet. You put your toes back down, grip those toes, you can feel the action of the arch lifting. Try to feel that lifting all the way through the inner legs, lifting through the thighs, belly button, spine. All right, so let's try a few rounds of sun salutation. Hands starting heart center. Take a breath in. Do a little baby back bend here. Squeeze your butt to protect your back. Inhale, come forward, bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back into your plank position. So we're going to hold this for about 10 counts. So looking past the mat, we're going to count. And 1, looking past the mat, keeping the head in line with the spine. 2, hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers, grip the floor. 3, hollow out the front of the body. 5, I didn't say this, but you can drop to your knees, or you could be on your forearms to hold this. So think about what's good for you. 5, belly button to spine. 6, open up the shoulder blades, hollow out the front of the body. I think I already said that. 7, breathe. 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and drop to your knees. Hug your body with your elbows lower to the floor. We're going to go into Sphinx Pose. So elbows underneath your shoulders. Spread your legs a little bit, and press into your mat with your hips and the tops of your legs and your tops of your feet. Really feel that lengthening through the crown of the head. Pressing through those hips is going to help you to really lengthen the spine. Come on down, hands underneath your shoulders. Press back to down dog. Push back. Remember, you can bend your knees. Give it a few breaths here, 5 breaths. Walk your feet underneath you, underneath your hips, forward fold, exhale. Then your knees come up with a flat back, inhale. Hands to heart center. Reset your mountain, let's go again, arms overhead, little baby back bend, knit your ribs down, squeeze your butt to protect your back. Reach forward, inhale, bend the knees if you need to, forward fold, exhale. Step back into that plank again. Again, you can go down to your forearms, down to your knees, or you can stay in plank. You can do some little shoulder taps. Try not to move the body too much. Just do what's right for you. You don't want to be in pain. So find that place where you can work, strengthen, but no pain. All right, take a breath in. As you take a breath out, drop to your knees. Hug your body with your elbows lower to the floor. Coming up to baby cobra this time, or cobra. Elbows close to the body, shoulders down. And then push back, tuck toes, hips up and back, down dog. Bend those knees if you need to. Chest towards your thighs. Grip the fingers. Give it a few breaths from the belly to the throat. Walk your feet back underneath you. Forward fold, exhale. Bend those knees, come up with a flat back, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Take a breath in. We're going to go to chair pose now. So we're going to bend the knees, and there's different places. You can just be at a 45 degrees. Your hands could be on your thighs. They could be in front of you, palms down, or next to your ears. Bring those lats down. Bring the shoulders down away from the ears. Knees over ankles, butt is back, chest is lifted. Give it a few breaths here. Now, just go ahead and fold over, forward fold, exhale. Hands on your shins, inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. Stepping back into that plank position, we're not going to hold anything today, or right now. Take a breath in. As you take a breath out, drop to your knees. Hug your body with your elbows lower to the floor. Coming up into cobra, elbows close to the body, shoulders down. Tighten the butt to protect the back. And then tuck toes, hips up and back, down dog. Give it 5 breaths here. And bring the right leg up. Three-legged dog, toes pointed down. Push back. And we're going to come to that plank. We're going to bring the right foot through. Help your leg however you need to get there. Check your knee-ankle alignment. Walk up your leg. And if you need to here, you could bring the back foot in a little bit. You could bend the knee. So do what's right for you. You can look straight ahead, or you could try a little baby back bend, looking up. Find a focal point either way. Push into your feet, tighten your Kegel muscles. Breathe. All right, come on back down. Runner's lunge. Step back into that plank position. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Drop to your knees, hug your body with your elbows, lower to the floor. Coming up again into cobra, inhale. Tuck toes, hips up and back, down dog. Remember, if you want to and you want to take a break between and not do so many down dogs, you can go to child pose. Bring left leg up, take a breath in. All right, moving to your plank position. Bring that left leg through. Help yourself. Knee over ankle, walk up the leg. Arms overhead. You can look straight ahead or arch the back a little bit, looking up at the sky. And coming on down. Back to that plank position. Take a breath in. As you take a breath out, drop to your knees, hug your body with your elbows, lower to the floor. This time if you want to come to up dog, straighten the arms, but do not lock them, shoulders down. You can be on your knees or lift your thighs up, whatever works for you. Or go back to the other ones that we did. All right, knees down, tuck toes, hips up and back, down dog. 5 breaths. Notice where you feel the pose. Notice your breath. All right, walk your feet underneath you. Forward fold, exhale. Bend your knees, we're going to come straight up into that chair pose to finish us off here. Remember, you can be 45, you can be deeper, you can have your hands to heart center, hands on your thighs, arms in front of you, palms down. So find that place. It's good for you today. And come on up. So let's go into warrior 2 and side angle and triangle pose. So let's step back with that right leg. Try to align your heels if you can. Knee over ankle. Back foot is turned in. That's about a 45-degree angle. And I want to make sure that knee is over the ankle and not in or out. It's right over that ankle. Arms over legs. And you want to feel the back edge of that back foot. Your chest and hips are going like at a diagonal this way. It's not directly side, it's this way. So take a few breaths here. Go ahead, straighten and then bend. So make sure that knee is tracking over your first and second toe. Exhale when you bend. Just move at your timing of your breath. Maybe we can go a little deeper into our lunge, right? Challenge ourselves a little bit. And stay right there. Go ahead and flip the palm up. Look up at the palm. That's the sun. Reverse warrior. We're going to bring the left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Knit your ribs here. Knit your ribs down. And if you want to reach back a little more, get a little bit of a more of a stretch on that left side. And then bring the arms back up. Go ahead, we're going to go to side angle, so elbow to knee or hand to thigh. Sit, right hand starts at your hip, reach up to the sky and over towards your ear, palm back. Now, if this doesn't work for you, if that bothers your shoulder, you can just reach up, have your hand on your hip, you can reach around. And come on up. Straighten the leg, wiggle the hips a little bit. Take a breath in. As you take a breath out, we're going to send that right hip slightly to the right. Reach, 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 and windmill down to your triangle. So if you need to bend that front knee, that's fine. If your hand's up here, just so you can stack everything. Maybe the hand needs to be on the thigh, right? You just don't want to lose, you don't want the hips to stick out. You don't want the shoulder to jut out. You want to try to stack the shoulders, bring the hips underneath you, pull those right ribs back over the top of the left ribs. And let that go. And we'll just go ahead and turn around to the other direction. So bend the right knee now. Turn that back foot in a little bit. So it's like a 45 or not 90. It's not straight out. It's in a little bit. Knee over ankle. Really check yourself there. Arms over legs, shoulders down. Breathe. Enjoy this beautiful day. So just bend straighten and bend. Knee tracking over the first and second toe. Go ahead and flip the palm, bring it overhead, right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, looking up at the palm, knit your ribs down. If you want to pull back a little bit, get that extra side stretch. Try to keep all the right alignment though. And let that go. We're going to straighten the legs. No, we're going down to side angle. Did we do side angle on this side? I don't think so. All right. No. So bring the arm up and then over next to your ear. Turn the palm back. Really lengthen. Bringing those shoulders in line. Bringing those left ribs back. If you need to, you might need to come up onto your thigh to get that alignment. Alignment's more important. Flexibility will come with time and practice. But you have to get your alignment set good. All right, back to warrior two. And then we'll straighten the leg, wiggle the hips a little bit. Take a breath in. As you take a breath out, send that left hip slightly to the left. Reach, 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 and windmill down to your triangle. Remember, you can bend that knee if that's better for you today. Again, you might be up on your thigh. Just find that place where the hips can be underneath you. Shoulders in alignment. Nice big breath. Notice where you feel it. Breathe into that space. And come on up. And then just toe heel. Come on in. Take it out a little bit. So let's do a couple of balances before we go to the floor. Let's do a Flamingo Balance. So it's like a thigh stretch. Now, if you can't grab your thigh, you can always bring your knees together and do a balance here, right? Or you put your foot on the ground, align your knees, and just put the ball of the foot on the ground, right? If you want to, you can grab the foot and find your focal point in front of you and don't let your mind move. Ooh, I'm on a slant here. But that's okay. If you fall out of it, don't worry about that, right? It's not yoga perfection, it's yoga practice. You need to bend that standing leg a little bit. Just don't lock it out. Always bend, micro bend in the joints. All right, let's let that go. Take it out a little bit. Let's try the other side. So remember, right arm up, keep the knees in line. You could just put the foot behind you on the ball of the foot, or you can lift the leg if you can't grab it yet. If you can grab it, go ahead and find your focal point, breathe. Feel the energy coming out the fingers, going into the floor, going out the crown of the head. And let that go. Take it out. Do tree pose. So tree pose, go ahead and lift the heel, turn out the knee. You can stack the foot on top of the other foot, hands to heart center. Don't have to go any further than that. You could put your foot on your calf. You could put it above the knee, not on the knee. You want to grow your branches. Tighten your Kegel muscles. Lengthen through your fingers. Trees sway. We have to sway, right? If you don't sway, you break. Must sway. All right, yes. Heart center. Take it out. Try it on the other side. Remember, you can lift that heel, turn out, stack the foot, stay right there. Put your foot on your calf. Put your foot on above the knee. You want to push the hip open, but you have to be careful that this hip doesn't turn in, so you want to press both directions. Lift the chest. Think shoulders over hips. Take a breath in. As you take a breath out, come on over. Bend your knees if you need to. Grab your elbows. Do a little ragdoll stretch. And then come on down to the floor. So let's work on the back a little bit. So we're going to come onto our, I may move my mat to do this, face you guys. So we're going to come onto our backs, or to our stomachs, I'm sorry. And forehead is down, palms are down, facing the ground, next to your thighs. Push the hips into the floor, squeeze the butt, and lift the upper body. So we're just looking down at the mat, lengthening the spine, tightening the butt, pushing the hips into the floor to protect the back. And breathe. Even though it's more difficult to breathe here, still breathe. Don't hold your breath. All right, come on down and lay your head on your cheekbone. Turn your palms up and round your shoulders towards the mat. And relax everywhere else. Really let go, let go, let go. Feels so good to let go. Especially after we've been standing and holding. All right, coming back to the forehead, turn your palms back down towards the mat. Push your hips into the floor, lift your upper body. And this time you can press the big ball or clasp hands. Still looking just a little ahead of the mat, not cricking it. The head is in line with the spine. We're going to open up the right shoulder. Take a breath in. And back to center. Open up to the left, inhale. Back to center. Open to the right. Back to center. Breathe in, open to the left. Back to center. Open to the right. And one more time to the left. And let that go. Palms are up. Lay on your other cheekbone. Round your shoulders towards the mat. And just relax. So we're going to do half locus pose. So palms are going to be down and underneath your thighs. Try to get your elbows in also. Now if this hurts your wrist to do this, you can just make fist and put your hands underneath your thighs with your fist. You're still going to have to press those hips into the floor. So find the way that's best for you. Palms down or fist. On our chin here, take a breath in. As you take a breath out, push your hips into the floor and bring up the right leg. The tendency is you're going to want to lift the hips. So really keep pushing the hips down. Breathe. Lengthen that leg. All right, bring that leg down. Take up the left leg. Keep pushing the hips down. And let that go. We're going to come right up. Lift the chest, lift the legs, palms out, breathe. And let that go. Go ahead and relax. Round your shoulders towards the mat, palms up. And just let go and relax. And notice how good that feels. If it doesn't feel good, change position. If it hurts, maybe go to child pose. Do what's good for your body. You're not going to always feel it the same way or in the same place, and so don't worry about that. Just move away from pain. All right, we're going to do both pose. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do it. So you could just lift up your feet, flex your feet, and ankle over knee, and you could just reach for your ankles, right? That's one way. Just reach for your ankles. If you can grab your ankles, push your hips into the floor, you can just lift your chest. If you wanted to and you want to lift your thighs, you can lift your thighs. Keep the feet flat, feet to the ceiling, shins towards the back wall. Try not to splay the knees out. And let that go. Go ahead and bring the hands underneath your chin. Windshield wiper. Stretch that lower back a little bit. And then push back to child pose. Knees wide, big toes together. Set your hips back towards your heels, exhale. You want to walk over to the right, do a little lateral stretch there. And walk over to the left. And let that go. Let's do a twist, a seated twist. So you can bring your foot to the inside of the knee or to the outside of the knee. If your foot is lifted up though, you need to be able to press into the floor. So if you can't put your foot totally down on the floor, it's better maybe to go to the inside of the knee. So let's pick a place, flex that left foot. We're going to grab around with the right hand, grab the left hand. Left hand wraps around the right knee, right hand goes behind. Flex that left foot, take a breath in. As you take a breath out, we're going to move to the right, starting from your navel, your ribs, your chest, your shoulder, and then your head. Try to be straight up and down on those sit bones. Try not to be leaning back or leaning forward. Press into the ball of the right foot. That's going to give you something to twist against. Still working on that breath. In and out through the nose, belly to throat. And let that go. Let's try the other side. Remember the inside of the knee or the outside of the knee. Bring the right arm around the left leg and left hand behind. Right foot flexed. Take a breath in. As you take a breath out, we're moving to the left, starting from your navel, your ribs, your chest, your shoulder, and then the head. If it bothers your head to look over the shoulder, just look side, right? So it's a little less depth. Flex that bottom foot, the right foot. Press in to the ball of the left foot. It's going to help you with your twist. And let that go. Let's come onto our hands and knees. If you have blocks, you might want to use them on this next one, but you don't have to have the blocks. So we're going to bring your right foot forward. Check your knee ankle alignment, and then walk that right foot out to the side of the mat. Still toes pointed forward, still knee over ankle. Your blocks or your hands are going to go to the inside of the right leg, and then you're going to slide that left knee back and push the hips down. For what's called lizard pose, stretches the front of your left hip. Just breathe. Sometimes people go down onto your forearms, and if you want to do that, you can. You get it wherever you get a good stretch, right? You don't need to go to your maximum, well, you definitely need to go into degrees into the stretch, right? You don't want to fly into your maximum stretch after you've done a couple of breaths. If you want to move down into your forearms, you can do that. That's what you need to open up. And press into the top of that left foot. That'll help to activate that stretch even more. Let that go. Walk your foot back in, and we'll try the other side. Bring the left foot through. Check your knee ankle alignment. Walk that left foot out to the edge of the mat. Knee over ankle still. Blocks or hands on the inside of the left foot. Slide the right knee back. Give it a few nice deep breaths. Let that go. Right, bring the right foot back in, and we're going to go ahead and go onto our back. So I'm going to turn around. So come on to your back, come on down, and cross your right ankle over your left knee for reclined pigeon pose. Now you can just push the thigh open with the hand, and that could be your stretch right there. Or you can grab behind the left leg and bring the left knee towards the chest. So we want to make sure that the ankle is not bent, so cross it over so it's not bent, so you have good knee ankle alignment. The more you bring to the chest, the more deeper the stretch will be. Breathe into it. Let that go. Let's try the other side. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Remember, we're just going to press open the thigh with the left hand. Stay right there. Or we can grab behind the right leg and bring the right knee towards the chest. Flex your left foot. Notice where you feel the stretch. Breathe into that space. Soften with your breath. and let that go. Moving into Savasana, so we're going to just take the legs wide, wider than your hips. Let the feet fall out to the side. Tuck your shoulders underneath you. Palms are facing up and about 45 degrees away from your thighs. Maybe take a deep breath in and then a little sigh, just to let the body go. Couple more times. Inhale. Big sigh. One more time. So we're just really trying to now, we're trying to be aligned like mountain pose. So we want to straighten ourselves out as best we can. We want to just let go here at this point. Let go of the muscles as much as we can, be as still as we can. Noticing our breath, noticing the rise and fall of the belly. But we're moving towards a softer, more natural breath, but we still want to expand the belly because we want to do that all the time. Breathe from the belly. Relaxing your facial muscles, your jaw. Relaxing the shoulders into the earth. Noticing the elbows, wrists, fingers. Relaxing the belly, ribs, chest, collarbone. Relaxing the upper back, mid back, lower back and hips. Relaxing the whole right leg. Noticing the top of the foot, the bottom of the foot. Noticing the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Relaxing the whole left leg. Noticing the top of the left foot, bottom of the foot. Noticing the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Circle your ankles and your wrists. Whatever stretches feel good, you can stretch overhead. Take a little banana stretch to the right. If you do that, keep your shoulders on the ground. You can cross the right ankle over the left for stability. And let that go. You want to do a banana stretch to the left. You could cross the left ankle over the right, make a little banana shape to the left, cross your left ankle over right for stability, and let that go. Go ahead and bring the knees up and to your chest, rock a little bit. And come over to your right or to your left in the fetal position. Stay there for a breath or two before you come up. Bring your arms overhead, take a breath in, hands to heart center, take a breath out. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be safe from danger, inward and outward. May we be well, body, mind, and spirit. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. It's my honor. Namaste. Have a great day, y'all.